Um, I'm going to pick up. Where Rabbi Loloyan left off, and that is to understand that love and a relationship, and a good relationship, and a love between two people has to grow every day, every second. We understand God as an energy force, and we call it this light force that we call the Creator, the God, comes from a source that in Hebrew we call it Ein Sof, which means unlimited, beyond measurement. And that's what love is all about. That's what a right relationship is all about. We read in the Torah that when Isaac married Rebecca, it says that Isaac knew Rivka, then he married her, then he loved her. So love is something between people, not just spouse, between all of us, is something that needs to grow every day. Every day. We learn these days that the love, unfortunately, sometimes goes down right after marriage because we have wrong expectation from a marriage. We all have wrong expectation from our mate, soulmate, or a spouse, or whatever we want to call it. Let me ask you a question. Why we were brought up into this world? Why do you think God brought you to this world? What is the purpose of you being in this world? To grow. What do you mean to grow?
To better yourself.
To better yourself. Bravo. Beautiful question. Beautiful answer. That means the way I am now, the way I was born, the baggage that I come with, it's not a perfect baggage. That means I am not perfect. That means I need to change myself. We are here to change ourselves. We are here to improve ourselves. We are here to grow, to become better. That is the only reason we are in this world. If you didn't need to change yourself, if you were perfect the way you were, if you are here not to work on yourself, then you really are missing the point of being in this world. Is it clear? So we are here only for one reason. One reason only. I'm here to change myself. To change myself. I'm here to become a better person. And in order for me to become a better person, I need to socialize with other people, with my neighbor, with my family, with my foes too. I need to deal with people. I need to associate with people. And the closest person to me, hopefully in life, is someone that I'm going to marry with. Now, this person that I marry with, that we call it soulmate, or just a mate, it's here to help me change myself. Now, we take it in the wrong way because every human being is built on two parts. The physical part, the me, the ego, the things that I want for myself, the selfishness, and there is a part of me which is my soul, my neshama. And that's the holy part, which has a totally different consciousness, which has totally different thought pattern. The me part thinks only about me. What is good for me? What is perfect for me? What is it that I want? How am I happy? The me part is the part that it always complains. The me part is the part that is never happy. The me part is the part that has doubt, that becomes sad. Because we are here to enjoy, to be happy 24/7, every day. We're supposed to be happy all the time. We're supposed to enjoy life every second of my life. But then the me part tells me that everything has to be my way. The me part is the part that we call the receiver. And when the me part takes over, when I want everything for myself, when the life is all about me, I'm never happy. I am never happy. I may be happy for a split second, I may be happy for a minute when I do things for myself, or when my spouse does something for myself, when I demand something, when I desire something, he or she does it, then I'm happy for a split second, but then that satisfaction doesn't last. It doesn't last. Because I'm a needy person, my consciousness is a needy consciousness, I am never happy. Then I expect everything from my spouse, I expect everything from the government, I expect everything from God, from everything, and I will never be happy. And happy people are those who have the consciousness of receiving, constantly wanting things for themselves. If I need something, if I want something, and I expect my spouse to provide me with that need, and he or she does that for me, does it change me? Does it help me? Does it make me grow? Does it? No. Because if we're saying we're here to change, we're here to improve, that means I need to change my nature. I need to change my nature. The only happiness, the only true happiness in life is when we act like the Creator, when we act like the light, when we act like God. When we give love, when we support, when we have patience, when we are forgiving, when we try to be a giver versus being a receiver. I'm sure there are moments in your life that you experience that somebody needed your help, somebody needed your assistance, somebody needed emotional support, financial support, physical support. And when you're capable of giving that, that beautiful feeling that you feel at that moment, you'll never forget. If you truly look back into consciousness, go back in history, and remember the moments that somebody needed your help, somebody needed your assistance, and you were there for them. And you were there for them beyond your comfort zone. Beyond your comfort zone. Because when we go beyond our comfort zone is when we change, when we grow. And that feeling of giving, that feeling of being for someone else, it's how we grow, how we change our nature. I'm supposed to be a different person today than yesterday. I'm supposed to be a different person today than an hour ago. That's how we grow, that's how we change. Now, in a relationship, I can pick what I want to be. Do I want to be a giver or do I want to be a receiver in a relationship? And if you truly look into any problems, all the problems in a relationship, it's because it always ignites by when I wanted something. I wanted love and I didn't get love. I wanted time and I didn't get time. You're not there for me. You don't give me enough love. You don't understand me. You're not there for me. You don't have patience for me. Right? That's the source of all problem. You're angry. You're not being reasonable. You're not understanding. You're always like this. You never loved me. You never gave me enough. So the source of all problems is when I'm not a giver and I'm a receiver and I expect to receive. The source of all problems in any relationship, may it be a spouse relationship, may it be a marriage relationship, simple friendship, family. It's always because I want something and I didn't get it. I expect something and I didn't get it. I feel entitlement. I have entitlement about people in my life, about people, especially people who are close to me, my family. The biggest problem is not between you and your farthest friend. The biggest problem, especially in our society, it's with my immediate family. You get hurt most from your spouse, from your children, from your family members, versus someone who is far away from you. Why? Because your expectation is higher from your spouse and from your family than anybody else. If we come to the point that I need to be happy with myself 24 hours, 7 days a week with myself the way I am, because I have a godly part in me who's perfect, and that's 99% of my realities. That's 99% of my consciousnesses. And there is only 1% of my consciousness is ruled by my ego, is ruled by my body. The body always wants. The ego is always in a needy consciousness. It's always about me. It's always about my comfort zone. It's always about what I need. And if I keep that consciousness in any relationship, I will never be happy. Relationship is a process. It's a process. Life is a process. Every day there are challenges. Every day we are bombarded with challenges. And this challenge is between your soul and your body, your soul and your ego. Always. And it always comes to you because there is something in you that you need to change, you need to overcome. There is one simple formula in Kabbalah. If you're not happy, it's not about your soul that is not happy. Your body is not happy. Your ego is not happy. If you're not happy, that means you're not putting out. I know I'm being a little bit rough. Rabbi Lolo Yam was soft and beautiful and simple. And I love that, I adore that. But in Kabbalah, it's a straight shoot system. It comes right after you. It tells you everything starts and finishes with you. The buck starts with you and it finishes with you. You're the one who can create the best life for yourself in any relationship. In any relationship. You know, they say that we all have soulmates. Absolutely. Every soul is a part of a soul that it was split between a man and a woman. But we learn in Kabbalah that almost 90% of the time, we don't end up with our soulmate. But we are with another soul. And whatever that soul is, however that soul is, and if I'm not happy with that soul, it's only an indication that I'm not really working on myself. And I'm not saying all relationships are perfect. Just like Rabbi Loloyan explains, there are exceptions to the rules. There are relationships that are destructive, that they're not constructive. There are relationships that the two people should go their separate way. But that rarely happens. Because every relationship has its purpose to help me grow, to help me change. There is a huge list of everything that we can go through, everything that comes to us during the day in our relationship. When we're not satisfied, when we're not happy, when we're not content. And if we truly look at it in a big picture, just as I said, it has to do with me not wanting to change, not wanting to go the extra mile, not wanting to transform ourselves. Every time we hear something, and it happens all the time, from our spouse, from our friend, from our partners, from our family. Every complaint that we hear from them, we can take it two ways. The best way, the Kabbalistic way, is why this is happening for me. Why this is happening for me. Not why this is happening to me, because that's the reactive way. Why this is happening for me, to be proactive. The problem is, the ego makes us reactive all the time. Every time that we're not happy with something, every time that the light force wants you to change, throws you a curveball from your spouse, from your friend, from your family, something, it touches somewhere in your consciousness, something in you that needs to be corrected, needs to be fixed. And if I don't fix that, if I don't correct that in me, that things will repeat itself over and over and over again. Let's say, I give this example in most of my classes, and I'm sorry for those who come and I always give this example. There is someone in your family that you don't like, right? You haven't talked to for 20 years, and you want to put it out of your life, right? Because he's hateful, he's this, he's that, he's everything, all the cliche that we use for being a negative person. But then you go to a wedding, he's right on your table. You go to the market, he's right by you picking up cucumbers, right? He shows up. Why does it show up? The light is telling you, look, there is something in you that you need to change, so the next time you see this person, you'll be in peace with him. And as long you don't make that change in you, you don't understand that the system, the cosmos, the light force, the creator, the God, whoever, whatever you want to name him, will put you in front of you because he wants you to change. I am here to change. And change, I understand, change is not comfortable. Change is not easy. Change requires work, requires patience, requires understanding. It's not easy. But when we do it, when we change, when we transfer our consciousness from a taker to a giver, from a receiver to a giver, then we gradually start changing things in our life. I know, just like Rabbi Loloyan said, on the night of wedding, we write a ketubah, and only the man, the groom, signs the ketubah. These days they have everybody signs it because They think it's an honor or something. But only the man signs, only the man promise that he will take care of the woman, he will take care of every aspect of the need of that woman. Why is that? Shouldn't women sign something too? Why is it like that? Why God created man first, and then he said, oops, it's not perfect, I need to bring a female aspect to him too. All the corrections of human being is for a man. Women only come to assist the man. You know, in Kabbalah we learn that the woman doesn't have any tikkun, doesn't have any correction. Once a woman finishes one lifetime, she doesn't have to come back. When the ladies finish their life, they don't have to come back. No tikkun, no problem if you don't want to come back. Why do you come back? Why do you want to come back? Because you want to assist your soulmate. So the man signs promises that will change himself. And the woman comes to help him change. But the interesting part is that when she comes, she carries half of the baggage of him. You don't come clean sheet. You carry some of that baggage to help him, to awaken what needs to be changed. So if a man sees something in his wife, it's not the wife, it's him. It's him. He needs to change. And if a man acts like a Romeo, she will become a Juliet. She will become a Juliet. There are exceptions to these rules, of course. I get it. Not everybody has the potential to be the perfect. Everybody is here for a special reason. Every relationship has its own challenges, has its own benefit and its own light, and it has everything that helps the humankind to grow, to change. But if you accept the challenges, if you go to a relationship knowing that I'm getting married not because I need love, versus that I need to give love. Not because I'm lonely, versus I want to support someone to not to be lonely. If on the night of the chuppah, man promises to himself that I will do everything for her, whatever she needs, emotional support, financial support, physical support, everything that she needs. I'll put her first. I'm never the first. She comes first and she comes last. Everything is for her. If you go to that relationship with that consciousness, and on the other side, if she puts him first, that I will do everything for him, everything that he needs, all the emotional support that he needs, everything that he needs, I'll be there for him. If a couple keep that consciousness all the time, they will have a life full of love and full of blessing for the rest of their life. The problem is that when we go through life, the ego kicks in, the body kicks in, and we start becoming demanding. We become demanding. And when the demand comes, when the physical demand comes into the motion, when the ego takes over, then all the problems starts. Any question? I know this subject is it's a beautiful subject, it's a powerful subject, and I want to share this session with Rabbi Loloyan, and it's already 9 o'clock. He suggested it, and I think it's a good idea if we can have this subject in a few weeks, so I can totally go into the details and bring an example of every situation that could come between a couple, between even friends, between families, and we can see where we go wrong, how we fall into the darkness, how we lose our consciousness, how we become needy, how we become, how we make mistake, and how we become sad. So I would rather to answer any question if you guys have right now, but we'll continue again next week, next Tuesday, same time. I will make sure that Rabbi Roland stays with his time, so I have enough time myself, so we can go into the Kabbalistic aspect of this subject. Juna. Yes. Yes. Okay, let me make it clear. I said the woman's... I'm repeating it for the camera. She's asking, do we have tikkun or we don't have tikkun? If you're a woman, you don't have tikkun. So, in reality, women do not have tikkun by themselves. But when they come to this world, before a female soul comes to this world, she asked God, please send me back to the playground so I can help him out. Does it make sense? She sees her soul coming to the physical world, and she knows that he needs help. Just like God says, man by himself cannot do his tikkun, cannot grow, he needs a mate, and God created the female from man's part. So she comes in with this understanding before she comes to this world, in the metaphysical world, in the potential world. She comes to this world with this notion that I'm going back to the physical reality to help him out. Of course, I don't have any problem. He has everything that needs to change. I don't need to change anymore. But when the female soul comes to this world, the moment she's born, they give him half of the junk that he needs to change. So before she's born, she's good. So she comes to this world, they tell her, look, there are 10 items, just for the sake of example, 10 items that he needs to change, and you've got to carry 5 of them. Now, we know that women go through the cycles, the monthly cycles. And one of the reasons in Kabbalah we learn is because every time a woman goes through the cycle, and every time they go through the pain of pregnancy, they become clean. Every month, right after the cycle, all the female souls become pure. That's why they go to mikveh, because now they're fresh. But immediately, the moment they come back to the physical reality, they carry, it's like they go through this cycle, everything cleans up, they come back, they say, okay, what do you have? Let me carry half of it for you. And they become responsible for that part that he needs to change. That's why usually the male soul comes sooner than the female. So, yes, in reality, women don't have tikkun before they come to the physical world. But the moment they come to the physical world, they're here to assist the male soul, and that's why they become part of the equation. Yes, Juna.
So a woman's soul doesn't have tikkun? Or what if you were a man and you have one? Does a man ever become man's soul going to woman?
Very rarely, not all the time. Very rarely it happens, and it happens for a reincarnation process, reincarnation correction. But mostly, if a man's soul comes back as a man's soul again. Only in a very rare situation that they change. Juna.
What about the women? We have some women who come to this world and they never get married.
Good question. Good question. The question is about marriage. They say a woman meets her soul to get married when he is worthy, when he has the zuchut. When a girl hasn't got married yet, it's not her fault. According to Kabbalah, it's his fault and he's not worthy yet. He's not there yet to get married, to become one, to find a soulmate. So the problem, guys, I'm sorry, the problem is us. They are here, always. They are here to support. They are here to support. That's why they're more tender. That's why they're more spiritual. That's why they're more sensitive. But again, understand that when she comes to this world, she carries some of the correction that the man had from previous life. So now when she's here, she's no longer an angel that she would have been before she was born.
Which man? So who's supposed to be a man to carry him his faults?
She's
Who?
gonna find.
Like you said, she's gonna carry his faults, right? But
Carry his correction.
correction.
Right. The soulmate. Her soulmate.
Then she's gonna find.
Her soulmate. Yes.
Our culture, when the lady leave us in the middle of the way and run away and divorce, what happened to those divorced people?
Let's understand. Let's understand. Okay. Let's understand the formula. The formula is that a soul comes to this world to correct itself. Everybody's okay with that?
Yes.
We're here to change. All men, all those who agree, please raise your hand. So we're here to change. If I'm here to change, I need somebody to ignite what I need to change in myself. When she tells me you're not giving me attention, it's an indication that I'm not giving attention. If she says you're not here for me, if she says you're not giving me love, I can be either a taker or a giver. I could be a taker and I say, well, you're not here for me. Where were you today? You don't give me love. You don't give me love? I don't give you love. That's from the point of view of not wanting to change. Are we clear with that? So she's here to ignite what I need to change. If she has demands, I don't want regular water, I want avian water. Avian water costs $2 more. Why is she asking me for avian water where I could give her Nestle Pure Life? Why can't she be humble? Right? That's the consciousness of me. That's the consciousness of the ego. If she wants avian water, which costs more, it should only pushes me to make more money so I can grow. You know, I said this a few years ago in a Yom Kippur, and a lot of boys hated me for it. You know, Jewish women, especially Persian Jewish women, they have high demand. Right? High demand. High demand. They want good food, they want good dress, good clothing, they want a good car, good houses, good jewelry. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Good thing. Good thing. Good thing.
This is all women answering. Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
It's a great thing because they are pushing you to improve your being.
Excellent.
If she wants a nicer car, that's pushing me out of my comfort zone to work harder, to become a better, stronger person. Now, of course, there has to be reasonable. Of course, she has to understand that he cannot overnight create that. You know, one thing we learn in Kabbalah, they say, if your wife asks you for something, Ari Agadosh, Rabbi Isaac Luria, one of the biggest Kabbalists of all time, one of the biggest Kabbalists of all time, they say he provided everything for his wife. Everything that she wanted it, he provided. Everything that she desired, he provided it. For himself, he only did one thing for himself. He bought the best yitrok and a lulav for Sukkot for himself. But for everything else, he provided it. Now, if your wife comes and tells you your Mercedes is old, get a new Mercedes, don't say no. Say, I will. I will. I will. I will make it happen. And then you'll make it happen. Don't say no. You know? Who's going to pay for it? The desire of a woman is a desire of a Shekhinah. The desire of a woman is a desire of Shekhinah. You know what Shekhinah is? The female aspect of God. It's the force that drives life, that brings sustenance, that brings blessing. Of course, it's good to be humble. Of course, it's good to be humble. I'm not taking side of the woman who pushes the poor man if he's not capable of doing anything. But the man has to say, I will provide it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I will provide it. And once he put that in his consciousness, then things will happen because she's the Shekhinah, she's the force, she's the one who brings the blessing. She's the one who brings the blessing. Everything that a man has is because of the zuhud of his wife. Everything that a man has is because of the zuhud of the wife. Yes, there are men who are rich, or they may not be married, because they may have financial, they may have the dollar, but they don't have the blessing that comes with it. They don't have the, how do you say it? They don't have the barakah that comes with it. So women, they do have tikkun, but the tikkun that they have, it's for their husband. It's not necessarily for themselves. And if a woman is not married or goes through difficulties, the difficulties that a woman goes through is because she promised to take care of him. And his baggage was so heavy, now she's carrying some of that baggage. Yes?
So then, if a relationship is a good, productive relationship that causes growth, then obviously the man will cause the woman to grow as well and learn.
Absolutely.
So then, if it's his tikkun that she's helping to correct, she's being corrected.
She's being corrected
Right.
at the same time.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
so whose tikkun is that?
It's the soul tikkun, which is now split into two.
So it's still his tikkun.
In an original form, yes. But in original form, they were both one soul. Now they're split. Now they are split. But in reality, there was only one soul. Now, I want to make something clear because this creates a lot of misunderstanding. When I say giving and sharing and saying yes, that doesn't mean to be naive, to be not to say the right thing. Because sometimes the right thing is saying no. if I'm a giving person, if I'm a kind of a person, whoever wants something, I give. My correction is not to give. My correction is to hold back. Because sometimes by giving, I'm satisfying my ego. You understand? Giving is only giving when I know I have something and I give and I enjoy it. If I give and my giving is for the sake of control, it's for the sake of self-satisfaction, if it just makes me happy, it makes my ego happy to give, then I'm not really giving. So sometimes giving is saying, be patient, not now. So when we say change, when we say we're here to change for good. If my nature is purely giving, anybody wants anything, I give. After a while, I'm going to be burned out. Because I've been doing what my ego wanted to do. The things we want to change are the things that are difficult for us to change. If it's difficult for me to give sadaqah, then I need to give sadaqah. If it's so easy for me to give, to throw money out, then my correction is to pull back, to hold back, to push back. When I say to be loving and caring, that loving and caring has to come when it's hard for me to say that I love you. Hard for me to give love. Not to use it to satisfy my ego or to make myself look good in front of the other person. Is it clear? Okay. Yes?
Is this tikkun that you're talking about, is it only carried by woman, wife, or also with the children?
Also with the children, also with family members, also with friends. The tikkun, because the man, one soul couldn't do the job, that's why each soul splits into small souls, and that's why the population of the world constantly grows. Because this concept of changing is so difficult, and it cannot be handled by one person and one soul and one nation and one color. Then when a soul comes back to this world, it splits. It splits into so many souls. And it goes to so many bodies. So if I come back next time, I don't come back as one person. Part of me that has a correction with my wife may comes back and becomes the husband of my wife. Part of me that needs to have the correction with my partner will come back and have a relationship with my partner, or with my sister, or with my brother.
My children.
So with my children too. So the children are part of our tikkun too. But when we get, if you take something tonight with you home tonight is, that I want you to know is, we're not here to be taken. Don't become a taker. Don't become a reactive person who wants everything for your comfort zone. Do not complain. The moment you complain, you're not doing what your soul wants you to do. That's very, very difficult, I understand. The moment you complain about your wife, your kids, the society, that means you are not doing what you're supposed to do, and you want the easy way out. You want to blame somebody else. You're not accepting the responsibility. The moment you are not happy, if you get up in the morning and all of a sudden you're not in a good mood, the night before you had an amazing time, all of a sudden you wake up in the morning and you have your coffee and you're not so cheerful. That's a sign that you need to do something positive. You need to create some light. You need to go out of yourself. You're sitting in your comfort zone. The moment you get up and you're not happy with yourself, during the day you're not happy with yourself, that means you're not doing what your potential is. You're not doing what your soul wants you to do. Because if you do, then you're happy. Any more questions? Yes, Jim.
Since we're here,
Yes.
help, for example, my husband, correct, he's tikkun.
Yes.
Aren't I supposed to help, or for him to allow to be helped to correct his tikkun? Because it seems like a lot of times as women, even if we want to help, unless the partner is open to accept for the tikkun to be corrected, it's literally impossible to help.
Very good. Again, now that we're here, now we're in this physical world, you want to help him? Change yourself. I cannot help him by changing him. He's not going to change. I can only become an example, and he would learn from it. If you change yourself, is it clear? If you change yourself, by you changing yourself, you're helping his tikkun.
Even though he thinks he's hating the change that I'm making,
It doesn't matter what he thinks. If you think, if you're doing something because what he thinks, then you're not doing it for your soul. Is it clear? You go through a challenge. Something happens between you and him, right? One minute. Let me try to translate. So the only way, let's say you have an argument with your spouse. The only way you can fix that argument is when you take a look at yourself and try to fix something that you needed to change in yourself. Does it make sense? Because the moment I think that he needs to change his behavior, then I'm not taking responsibility for what I need to do. Again, when we say the women don't have tikkun, that is before they come to the physical world. Now everybody's having tikkun. We get it?
No.
Everybody's
Would you
having
please say it again?
So when we say women don't have tikkun, we're talking about the female soul who hasn't come to the physical reality.
So in this physical
The moment you're born, you have the tikkun. The tikkun wasn't yours, it was your soulmate, but now it's yours because you inherited that. مثل ارث که بهمون میرسه. The moment که بهمون رسیده, it's mine now, regardless. Juna.
What is the exact meaning of tikkun?
Correction.
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 Transformation.
Transformation.
Is that the English word or the...
Tikkun is a Hebrew name. Okay, how about Anabakoa?
Yes.
We're going to recite the Anabakoa. Who doesn't know Anabakoa? After. We're going to do the Anabakoa. And Rabbi Mordechai, would you please recite the blessing for the Omer and then we do the Anabakoa? We are in the period of Omer, and there are 49 days between between Passover and Shavuot. There are 49 days. There are actually 49 chances that we can grow, we can transform ourselves. So every day that we count, we should be counting, did I really change myself today? Did I improve my character?
Such a beautiful number. We are
18.
Don't say it until we say bracha.
Okay.
ברשות מוריי ורבותיי, ברשות שמיים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על ספירת העומר. היום 18 יום לעומר, שהם שני שבועות ו4 ימים. הרחמן הוא יחזיר עבודת בית המקדש למקומה במהרה בימינו.
Now we say the Anabe Koach. Please relax, put your hands down. Let's take a breathe. Let's take a long inhale. My nose is all clogged, I can't do it. You do it. We breathe out, nefesh. Anabe Koach. גדולת ימיניך, עתיר סרורה, קבל רינת, עמך סגבנו, טהרנו נורא, נא גיבור, דורשי ייחודך, כבבת שומרם, ברכם טהרם, רחמי צדקתך, תמיד גומלם, חסין קדוש, ברוב טובך, נאהל עדתך, יחיד גאה, לעמך פנה, זוכרי קדושתך, שבתנו קבל, ושמע שרתנו, יודע תעלומות. Silently say Baruch Shem Kivod. You can keep your eyes closed. We'll do a quick meditation. Please relax your forehead, relax your mind, relax your eyes, relax your face, relax your shoulder, relax your legs, relax your whole body. I want you to look into yourself and see the light that is with you, that is within you, your neshama, your purest form. It's a light force, it's an energy force. It's light, it's powerful, it's beautiful, and it's within you. And it has tremendous amount of power to make you the best of you, that can make you the best potential of who you can become, who can help you change to be a proactive person, to be more loving, more caring, more giving, and can help you overcome all the challenges, all the darkness that we face. And know that this light force that is within you can help solve all your challenges. Thank you so much. I hope to see you all next week.